Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem B'chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS who well. Peace and blessings to the pushing his word throughout the four corners, doing it in truth and sincerity. Just another video, basically over the 2020 elections going on right now. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of quote unquote fraud, if you will, anxiety, and now as it shows President or not president, but Joe Biden at 253, and I think it's really at 264, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a little bit more than that, or maybe I may be wrong, but Trump at 214, and just watching it, it's a show, of course. We already know the international bankers who they already basically chose who they want in, but they're giving us this little circus, this little show right now, and brothers in the know, pretty much. What we don't know is we don't know who's going to get it. That's what I say. We don't even know what's going to happen, but or how it's going to happen. But we know, basically, we prophesy in part, so we know the end game. We pretty much know the MO and their tactics. But is Donald Trump. Donald Trump makes the show more interesting, and more entertaining. That guy, number 45, that Donald Trump will make things more enjoyable to even look at, because it's you're getting played. Well, the majority of the American people who went out who went out to vote, they're getting played. And they don't even understand that they're just voting for another group of people who are going to put in their vote to win. So because you can do the research about if your vote truly matters. I've never voted in my life, not even for Obama, and I caught a lot of flack for it. But you see now, look, your vote could be lost in the mail. Your vote can be not totally circled correctly. It can get lost. It can get lost in the system. It can be miscounted. All types of quote unquote fraud, but the whole system's fraud. So it says this right here says, I stay up all night waiting and praying, says one protester in Detroit. Now there's been quote unquote fraud going on in Michigan and Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and other places as well. And Donald Trump is wanted the votes to really stop November 5th or 4th, basically after the election day. He wanted the counts to stop because all the mail-ins basically were for Joe Biden, because most of the quote unquote left, the Democratic voters, they feel like it's more safe for them to vote in mail rather than vote in person because of COVID. I'm gonna read this. It says Detroit Holy Lambert, part of a thinning crowd in front of the TCF Center in Detroit, has been anxiously waiting the outcome of the presidential election. She said on Friday that she believed her freedoms were at stake and Joseph R. Biden Jr. were declared the winner. I'll be here our whole life, as long as it takes to get the president back. And Mrs. Lambert, who was holding a large Trump 2020 flag, I'll stay up all night waiting and praying. And pretty much, that's how I called it in the beginning. I said, you really won't know who's going to win this week, because the whole mail-in, the whole I could the how they was coming, how they were the talking points in the news. I was like, man, they ain't gonna have people know who the president is for a while, for weeks or maybe months. But they could have till in January to actually announce who's the winner. But Trump basically has to win out of 3 of the swing states and Pennsylvania to totally, according to this fraud ass system. It says the stage is set up. I believe I saw this tweet. I believe I saw teleprompters, but the race and called the timing of when we'll hear from Biden, who has emphasized the need to count at every vote. Now there's going to be apparently now there's going to be a recount, so they're going to go ahead and count them all, count certain states or swing states or that they need to over again. Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania, I think Wisconsin. They're going to count them over again and see how it goes. People are basically on edge, losing patience and all of that. It says the most contentious election night debates were once never over network calling the race before West Coast polls closed as we watch decision desks hammer to make calls in PA, AZ, and V. With the nation's focusing elsewhere. Elections is just about the attention now is primarily on Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada. With former Vice President Joseph R. Biden Jr. leading in all 3, but leading up to Election Day, a victory in North Carolina was seen as crucial to President Trump's re-election hopes. With most of the votes tabulated in the state, he is currently ahead by 76,000 votes or 1.4 percentage points, and it's all fraud. You had something in Minnesota called Project Veritas, where they were paying people off for different votes for the Democratic Party. There's been videos of votes being in vans, people pulling up with thousands of votes that weren't counted. There poll watchers intimidating people to vote basically for Democrats and all these different fraud little tactics to show basically the powers that be just showing you that this is not a fair, anything isn't, it never was fair and it'll never be fair. When you really look at these things that's happened, it's like, I thought, you go out and vote for who you want to win, and then next day you're going to see who you want, one Republican or Democrat. It's not like that. This is not the America. Basically, America's really the laughing stock right now of the world because they're showing you that it's it's a system full of defrauding, chicanery, mischief, uncertainty. And then look, you got protesters outside. Then you're going to have quote unquote militias outside. So either way, there's going to be events that are going to be unfolding. Now, let me get scriptures too. In Pennsylvania, there are some dancing. This is not really a good enough article. Al Jazeera, let's see what that one's talking about. In this article, it says, what are the rules in key contested states? President Trump said he will seek recounts in the key states, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, where apparent winner Democratic Joe Biden is ahead in narrow margins. And there, everybody's saying, look, Trump's is he going to have a peaceful transition? Is he going to stay in office because he thinks it's a major fraud? And all this crap. Because Trump basically in his mind that he's such a narcissist, and he's such a megalomaniac. He thinks he won all the swing states. He won them all. It's all in the books, But there's major fraud going on, and he's gonna have to take this to court. So it's just all a little show. You have to sift, and you have to do your research, and use your God-given discernment through the lies. This is the book of Micah 2. So like it. This is the book of Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds and work evil. And when in the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So it's all about working evil. It's all about committing iniquity. It's all about witchcraft. That's what it's all about. Here it is. Everything's already planned out pretty much, but they're telling you this. They're telling everybody this narrative. They're working this evil. They're putting different pieces in place right now to follow up the leading. They're making their steps. They're making their plans. A lot of it's tacky, a lot of it's tacky right now. The whole thing is looking tacky. It's looking, throw it off, bootleg. But they're devising these things, man. When you're voting, you're making a vow. You're causing your people